Well, this will be a little bit different here.
Yes, this is a different kind of vibe. Bradley. It's a tradition for basketball games. Trust
Okay.
me. Ketter used to do it. Nick Ketter always took a picture with his broadcast partner before basketball games. It's an OSU tradition. I'm dubbing Oswego State University OSU, not to be confused with Ohio State.
Yeah. Whoa, cheerleaders. I forget there's a cheerleading team here.
Let's go. Let's go.
Forgot about that.
What do you think the cheerleaders look like in 1927?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome live inside Max Ziel's gymnasium as today we get set for the finals of the Max Ziel tournament. I'm Jacob Bradley, joined by Jack Purdick. And Jack, it has been a busy weekend here at the Max Ziel. Both of these teams coming off of a big win yesterday. Oswego State were able to knock off Elmira, whereas the Hobart Statesmen were able to knock off SUNY Poly.
Yeah, here in the day 2 of the Max Ziel Gymnasium tournament to start off the season for both of these teams, just for Oswego State specifically. And how did we get here, Jacob? Well, Oswego State with a dominant victory over Elmira College yesterday, beating them 85-51. And then on the other side, to the Statesmen, Hobart beating SUNY Polytechnic 65-48. A little bit of a closer matchup right there, but we're here in day 2. There's been a lot of anticipation coming back for Oswego State men's basketball after such a long hiatus with COVID-19. And it feels good to be back. Yeah,
it feels good for us up here. I can't even imagine what the guys down there are going through. Got to be so excited. But I want to get a little bit deep into this interesting match history. So, Jack, go ahead, take it away. Let us know about what's going on here with this history.
Well, right here, the last time they played in 2007, 86-74. But this matchup dates all the way back to 1926-27 season. In a basketball game that was a final score of 25-17.
A high-scoring affair.
A high-scoring affair for sure. Not really, though. The game has changed. These teams out here today, a lot of scoring, a lot of three-point shooting. Your typical basketball game. But looking at this matchup, an out-of-conference matchup, you got Hobart coming from the Empire 8 Conference and Oswego State coming from the SUNYAC Conference. So out of conference, but a big testing period for both of these teams coming in.
It really is going to be, as we saw, like you said, both teams coming off of a big dominant win over the opposing teams that they played yesterday. I got to ask you, Hobart, they played one extra game. They played Keuka. They got some of the jitters out. They really beat them by a lot, scored over 100 points in that game. Will that play into a factor at all, that Hobart's played one extra game than the Lakers early on?
Yeah, I think it definitely plays a factor right there. They had 126 points in that game. That means they're firing on all cylinders. In a matchup like this, you got teams that are getting a lot of their chemistry figured out. They're trying to find their identity. So you look at a team like Hobart that's already has two games going into this one, Jacob. It's really good for them going into this one. For Oswego State, a good win against Elmira, but Hobart, just in 2019, this was a team that went into the Division III tournament, won 2 games before they could have made the quarterfinal. The game before it got canceled. So this team really good in 2019, and they're looking to bounce back and finish the job this year.
Yeah, and a lot of returners from that 29-20 team that we'll see in today, specifically Jackson Meshinick, who was one of the key players in the 2019-20 season. 27 games played, 13.7 points per game, and he's right off to a fast start here. As before we get set for tip-off, let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight. First, for the Hobart Statesmen, we will see Patrick Walker out there with Chandler Owenby. Jackson Meshinick, as previously mentioned, will play the forward. Jack Leisure will be a guard, and Aiden Rogers, the freshman who really came to play yesterday, will be running it in the backcourt. As for the Lakers, we will see Jamal Atchley in at the forward. Aki Anderson will be playing guard. Caleb Cook as well. Jordan Brown's in there, and Jeremiah Sparks, the player that we're really going to keep a close eye on here today.
Yeah, look at number 23 for Oswego State, Jeremiah Sparks, an absolute rocket for this team going in. And then 25, Meshinick Jackson, the older brother, the 3 brothers on this team, solid player.
And a big 3 right off the bat. There he is, Jackson Meshinick coming out with the big 3. And this is a really family affair here for Hobart. A lot of players, or 3 of them specifically related. As we get set here, the drive in, passes it out now to Sparks, who puts the dribble move. He'll drive all the way in and lays it in, breaking that scoreboard for the Lakers. There he is right off the bat, Jeremiah Sparks.
One athletic move right there by Jeremiah Sparks, shouldering into there and getting that layup to go.
Nothing wrong with getting a little physical here as the pass goes out now to Leisure. Leisure will kick it back up to the top of the key. Coming around now is Rogers. He'll let the 3 fly off the back of the rim, dribbles around, and a rebound for the Lakers, rebounded by Brown. He'll pass it over now to Anderson, who has Rogers guarding him tightly here. Coming around now is Sparks. Sparks will kick it over to the corner, back to Brown now. Brown over to Anderson. Rogers with a hand in his face, dribble move, back down low for Akil. Akil with a turnaround, kicks it up top of the key on the drive. Is Cook. Cook with the move, gets around the defender. He's looking to go all the way, and he will, giving Oswego the lead 4-3. A nice move right there by Caleb Cook getting around Jack Leisure, and the pass goes errantly, and it'll go right back to the Lakers on a little bit of miscommunication from the Statesmen.
Credit the move right there for Oswego State's Caleb Cook right there on the crossover, getting that athletic move to go off the glass. What a move.
Yeah, he's got some handles, this Caleb Cook, as he'll pass it over to Sparks. Back over to Akil. Over to Anderson now, who head fakes. Over to Cook. He's going to let one fly from deep, and it nails it. Caleb Cook has come to play to start for the Lakers.
5 quick points right there.
5 quick points. As the Statesmen are going to look to fire back, kicks it over to Rogers. Rogers doesn't need the screen. He'll pass it out to Leisure, who head fakes. Sparks is on him on defense. The double team on the lay-in, off the rim and out. Rebounded by Sparks. And now the Lakers looking to come in. Here's Strong. Back out. Could he get another one? He can! What a start for Caleb Cook.
Caleb Cook is
making me lose my voice over here early on.
Caleb Cook on fire to start this one. 8 points.
Wow.
Lineup for the Lakers.
Could you ask for a better start for Caleb Cook? As the pass goes out now to Meshinik. Meshinik on the head fake, gets tripped up a bit, and they'll call a travel. And everything seeming to go the way of the Lakers here early on.
The Lakers look great coming out. Sparks with that athletic move to start up, and then Caleb Cook erupting off of this lineup. I mean, the Lakers look good so far. Hobart's got to find a way to get up on the rebounds because Oswego State is out-rebounding them in this short beginning to this game.
Man, oh man, Caleb Cook has been off to a fast start. Already more points in this game than he had in last night's game. 5 last game. He's already got 8 to start on what is a dream start for the Lakers. The drive in now by Brown. He'll let one fly. Unfortunately won't get anything. And a little bit of a rip now and some after-school curriculars there, extracurriculars.
Extracurriculars there, Jacob, but a good look. Try to get the ball into the paint right there. And this Oswego State team, they look really athletic there. Sparks leading the charge for them. For the Statesmen, they just got to find a way to match this intensity because in this Max Ziel gymnasium, I mean, what an environment to play in.
Oh, it gets loud in here, doesn't it, Jack? But Aiden Rogers now will bring it down for the Statesmen. He'll look to get around. Passes it up now to Owen B. Owen B into the corner. Towards Walker. Tipped loose. Recovered nicely by Meshinik. Nice tip there by Cook. He's in the middle of everything here. And now Walker trying to get around. He'll do a jump move. And there will be no shot on there. A foul on the floor that will go on Jordan Brown.
Caleb Cook, even on the defensive end, just looking solid. There's a reason he's part of this starting lineup. I mean, he is a pivotal player right there, inserting himself on the defensive end, and, you know, his 8 points to start off this one. Ain't too shabby.
Yeah, I mean, he's right there in the face of the guys with the ball there. Now looking to drive in was Walker. Walker will kick it back up to the top of the key to Meshinik. Now Rogers will dribble it out, passes it over to Owenby. He loses it for a second, recovers it nicely, does Walker. Walker back up towards the logo, over to Rogers. He finds a wide open Owenby who hits him with the pump fake, and a shot clock violation there. A little bit of non-court awareness there by the Statesman.
Would have been a good move right there for Chandler Owenby right there to take that mid-range shot. Instead he chooses to take it inside, and he got a call on that one.
Yeah, he was wide open for that open shot. Unfortunately, just couldn't get the shot off in time, as now it's Anderson looking to run things up for the Lakers. Cook will call the plays. Off the screen from Brown, a big hit. Brown goes down. And instead it's Sparks on the drive. Nice turnaround, off the rim and out. Nice idea there by Sparks, but it'll be recovered by the Statesman. Rogers is moving things quick for the Statesman. Passes it over to Meshinik. Trying to get past Brown now. Nice move there, using that frame to his advantage. Won't go. Sparks with the rebound. Already a quick pace to start off this game for the Lakers as he'll pass it over to Akey Anderson. Off the screen now from Brown. Looking to roll. Anderson picks up his dribble. He'll find Cook now, and the Lakers will reset with 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Anderson now. He'll try to get past Leisure. He'll pass it over now to Akil. Akil on the drive. Foul on the floor, and it'll be a charge going the way of the Statesman. Nice job to get your feet set there on the charge.
Yeah, you got to get your feet. You got your feet set. You got to bring it the other way. And Akil getting his first action with the basketball in this one right there. Good move to go in there, but just didn't get the call on that one.
Yeah, unfortunate call for the Lakers there. They will now be even with a foul apiece. 10-3 is your score for the Lakers. We're just about 5 minutes into this game as the Statesman will bring things down. Here is Aiden Rogers running the point here quite frequently for the Statesman. Passes it up now to Meshinik. Meshinik into the corner to Leisure. He head fakes. Nice jab step. Passes it in now, looking to go in deep. Walker now. He can't catch it. Nice defense there by the Lakers once again. It's Caleb Cook, and now the Lakers looking to push things. Here comes Anderson. Anderson looks at deep down low, and it sparks again. And the Lakers, everything seems to be coming together. And a fast timeout for the Statesman called there by Stephon Thompson. What is Stephon Thompson telling his team here early on, down by 9?
You got to match their energy right here, Jacob. And looking at this Oswego State team, you got to match their energy, and you got to keep at pace with them, because Oswego State, they're winning the board battle right now in this 12-3 affair. And looking at Sparks and what he can do for this team, I mean, you've seen him down there in the paint, very athletic player. He's able to put the shoulder in and get a lot of his shots to go. So being the star on this team, it's interesting to see how he's going to rebound this season.
Yeah. Well, we talked a little bit beforehand, before the cameras started rolling, about how in order to have a team that's looking to go deep, you need to have more than one star player. You can almost say right now, that's open for debate, but we're seeing guys like Jeremiah Sparks, Caleb Cook. In the last game, we saw some guys that maybe we'll see later on in the game that'll be entering in, come out big. Is that something that the Lakers, they're gonna need to kind of work that out as the season goes on, finding out who could be those stars heading into the season?
Absolutely. You know, Hobart, to their credit, they're a good team in 2019. They're going to have to find those 2 or 3 other guys that they can revolve around. And looking at, you know, Caleb Cook.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good contribution right there.
It truly is. And now the Statesman will set things up. A new entry in is Nicholas Rivera-Torres will into the game for the first time. He looks to pass it in, sniped right away by the Lakers. Here comes Anderson. He's going to go all the way in the shot. There will be a foul and another offensive charge once again, heading the way of the Statesman. And you got to give them credit. You got somebody running at you that fast, they're able to plant their feet, stay still, and take one right down.
Yeah, that's 2 charges right there. $5 a charge, that's $10 right there for Hobart. So doing good on the defensive end going in this Oswego State Laker team. I mean, another defensive steal right there, getting in the other side. So good play right there.
Definitely is once again another change made. It'll be the younger brother of Jackson Meshenik, Hunter Meshenik, entering the game for Nicholas Torres Rivera. The pass goes up now to Rogers. And it'll be stolen once again, this time by Cook. Cook passes it up to Sparks, and he slams one in! Oh, what a move!
What a move right there by Jeremiah Sparks, leaking out there on the fast break in that dunk to go.
We were waiting for that one to happen there. A absolutely electric, a rim rattler from Jeremiah Sparks there. And there'll be a foul on the play again. Once again, it'll go on Jordan Brown, his second here early on.
Interesting to see, you know, the Lakers came out in man defense. Now they switched to that 2-3 zone, already paying dividends as they're getting steals. You had that transition break with Jeremiah Sparks. You know, that is somewhere where a certain point where they're going to be able to score a lot of their points this season. They're fast, they're sneaky athletic. It's definitely going to be a big thing, big factor for them. It
certainly is, as it'll be Jordan Brown, the man with 2 fouls, will be taking a seat for Louis Fadulo, who will enter the game for the first time. Passes it into the corner now. The 3-point shot will go off the front of the rim and out. Rebound now by Akil. Sparks passes it to Cook in the corner. He lets one fly off the back of the rim and out. Rebound by Fadulo. Fadulo back over to Anderson, to Sparks now. Nice dribble move. Passes it down low to Akil and in. And the Lakers are coming out firing 16-3 here with 13:50 remaining.
Hey, Jacob, I got to tell you something. This Laker team, they look phenomenal to start off this season.
Who would have thought, especially with a team like Hobart who's coming off of such a great season. Right now the Lakers, they're looking like the team that could have made a run in the Division III tournament.
I mean, all the time off, all the practices they've had so far. I mean, Jason Leone, head coach of the Lakers, he has this team looking like the vision he had in the beginning of this season. And, I mean, it's just great to watch. I mean, look at how athletic they are.
Well, in the first 6.5 minutes here into this game, the Lakers on a 16-3 run over the Statesman. As now it's Anderson. He'll go down low to Sparks. Sparks now, nice move. He tries to get open, just nobody there for him. Meshedik comes away with it. Pass goes down now to Leisure. Leisure will pass it up to the top towards Corrales. Taken out by Lucy, down the middle. Meshedik looks to go to his younger brother, and it'll be taken away by Akil once again. And now Sparks will pass it to Cook. He might have thought about it there. Instead, he does a nice dribble move all the way to the rim. Maybe got a piece of it, did the Hobart defender. They'll come away with the rebound. Leisure's pushing it now. He looks to go all the way. Nice move. It just rattles out of there. Rebound by Fadulo. He's got to have about 2 or 3 so far, does Louis Fadulo.
Absolutely, and there's plastic inside of the hoop right there because Hobart can't find the goal.
They call take the top off, it seems like early on. We just have not been able to see anything fall for the Statesman, and now it's Cook looking to come around. He'll find Anderson in the corner. He'll let one fly, I like the reference there, partner, as it'll go off the rim, and there'll be a foul on the play. Looks like an over-the-back call, potentially, on the Statesman.
And in this game so far, the theme right now is transition points for Oswego State. I mean, their zone is absolutely suffocating the Statesmen. They're trying to work the ball into the paint right now. We saw Hobart Statesman's best player, Jackson Meshnick. You know, he's a big guy forward on this team. He's having some trouble getting some looks because, you know, Oswego State, they have a big defensive presence, especially in the 2-3 zone.
Well, you got to wonder. I mean, they were able to play against a team that maybe wasn't as strong in the zone yesterday. Now they're kind of facing it up, mixing it up too, the Lakers on defense, using that 2-3 zone to their advantage today. So far, the Statesmen, they're feeling the pressure as it's Meshnick now. He'll find Lucy in the corner, who lets one fly off the front of the rim and out. Rebound now by the Lakers. That'll be the new man, Julian Crittenden. We'll pass it over to Akil. Akil over to Devin Green. Off the screen now for Fadulo. Fadulo can't handle the pass from Green. Seemed to be a little bit behind him, maybe a little bit too quick on the pass. It'll go out of bounds the way of the Statesman.
I'm sure that's one that Fadulo is going to want to have back. He's part of that 2018 team that went to the Division III tournament. A experienced leader on this team, coming off of the bench, and you also have a new look Laker, number 4 for
Julian
Oswego
Crittenden.
State, coming off the bench. So Oswego State supplementing in some new players.
Yeah, that was something we saw yesterday. 44 bench points from the Lakers yesterday. Just really getting that bench involved, getting new people involved. Certainly, if that's something that they could carry on today, we could be looking at a big tournament victory for the Lakers. And now off the head fake, pass over to Meshnick. 6 seconds remain here on the shot clock. Off the drive for Meshnick. He's got the wide open look, and he nails it from about 10 feet away. Does Jackson Meshnick. Finally taking the top off there. The first points in quite a while for the Statesman.
Yeah, 16-5 here with 11:21 left.
Anderson can't hit, a bit wide left on the shot. Rebounded by the Statesman. Here they come now on the drive. Lucy kicks it to Meshnick up at the top of the key. Passes it over to Lynch, who goes back to Meshnick, who's going to let one fly, and it'll rattle around but just won't fall for the Lakers. Rebounded by Green. Green hits Anderson in the corner. Back up top to Green. Green over to Akil. Over now to Crittenden. Off the screen. Passes it now to the corner. Anderson up to Green. Down low now to Fadulo. Away team wants to travel, but it'll fall anyways for Louis Fadulo. And a timeout called now by the Lakers. Jason Leone's going to take his first time out here today.
Yeah, Jason Leone and the Lakers looking sharp in this one. I think it's going to be interesting to see if they can keep this momentum going for the whole game, because they were off to that electric start. We had Caleb Cook with those 8 points early on, and it was just an electrifying start to the game. Looking at the Hobart Statesmen, they're just having a lot of trouble penetrating the Oswego defensive zone. You know, they're all over them.
Yeah.
They're stealing the ball. They're getting out in transition. We saw that dunk by Sparks earlier. I mean, that was just a crazy play.
I'm still thinking about that dunk. I think the rim's still rattling from that dunk early on from Sparks. I mean, we're seeing him step back up. We're seeing Caleb Cooks in there. It's looking like I don't need to say this, but it's looking like a great start for the Lakers here early on.
A great start of the season, and mind you that this is an out-of-conference team that Oswego State is not going to get another look at until maybe even in the deep in the playoffs. So,
yeah,
you know, this is a good preparation for those SUNYAC battles that they're going to have later on in December.
It really is. As now it'll be David Corrales-Marco bringing it up. He'll pass it down low to Meshnick. He'll go now into the corner. Passes it back to Marco. He lets one fly from deep. Gets bumped a bit. It'll rattle around and just won't be able to fall. Bit of a scrum for the basketball, and it'll go the way of the Lakers.
Jeremiah Sparks coming back off for the bench to give the Lakers another push.
Yeah, as it's Hunter Cole entering the game as well for the Lakers. He'll get his first action into the game.
Good combination here. A couple of the second team guys out here with Sparks. And it's going to be interesting to see what kind of combinations Jason Leone can figure out.
Yeah, I got to think he's still testing a few things as the season's pretty much brand new. Just seeing what works, what rotations can flow. As the missed shot there, it'll be rebounded by the Statesman. Lets one fly from deep. Does Lynch. It'll be batted out of bounds, staying on the side of Hobart.
10:03 right here. Just a big opportunity here for Oswego State to put a statement run on this game. Let's see how they can adjust, because Hobart's going to make adjustments. We had that early timeout.
Yeah, getting a big lead early could be something that can, you know, there's obviously a lot of basketball left to play, over 30 minutes. but you could set that dynamic early on by coming out to a big lead, which the Lakers have done so far.
Absolutely.
Now the pass up to the top of the key, Owenby. Over to Lynch now. He goes in at a few defenders and somehow finds a way to put it in. An excellent move there by Andrew Lynch, excuse me. As here comes Devin Green. He'll pass it over to Crittenden. Over to Sparks now. Gets him on the jab step. Back over now to Fadulo, who hits Cole. Into the corner now, there's Crittenden. On the drive, he gets wide open. Nice move there by Julian Crittenden. A big scorer in the game last night for the Lakers was Crittenden.
Absolutely blew by Patrick Walker right there on that move.
Yeah, Crittenden yesterday in just 12 minutes played, 15 points. Huge key led the Lakers in scoring yesterday. Huge key for this team moving on as Hobart looks to come back here down by 13. Nice move there. A pass mishandled by Owenby. Crowd wants a double dribble, passes it in now to Lucy. Lucy tries to let one fly, sent back by the Lakers, and here they come. Bringing it now all the way is Green. Green hits the outside, just off. Offensive rebound now, Fadulo, tipped away, Crittenden. He hits Sparks, back over to Green, lets one fly and nails it.
There's a reason why Jeremiah Sparks is starting this team. He passed up that shot, kicked it to the corner, and gave it to somebody that he knew was going to be a good opportunity for a three-point shot right there.
Greg Popovich would have been proud on that play there. The extra
Good
pass,
ball
that's
movement.
what it's all about, the ball movement. As now it'll be Marco. He kicks it over to Walker, who lets one fly. Off the rim and out. Crittenden, nice save there. Taken in by Sparks now. Lakers up by 16, hits the corner. Just off the front of the rim and out, rebounded by Corrales Marco.
The no-look pass on that one, Jacob.
Yeah. I almost missed that there, the no-look pass. He fooled me.
Oh, what a dime. If he made that shot, this place would have erupted.
Oh, man. Nice job on the jab step fadeaway. Rebounded now by the Lakers. That was a nice move right there by Owenby. As Devin Green's going to slow things down. 6:51 remaining here in the first half. 23-7 is your score in the favor of the Lakers, and a foul on the floor. It'll go on. I believe that was David Corrales Marco, his first of the game, as it'll be another foul on the floor for the Statesmen. And a big substitution here as some of the starters will enter back into the game. New into the game, though, is Pat Healy. He enters in for the first time.
And their point guard, Aiden Rogers, coming back in, number 55. We saw him start the game. He's back in here. Going to try to help this Hobart Statesman team from facilitating their offense.
Well, we saw that in the game last night. Although he had a ton of points, he was able to distribute the ball very well, even though it didn't rack up a ton of assists. Really was a key at getting some other guys open. It's off the ball movement that this team is really good at, the Hobart Statesmen. As there is Rogers. Speaking of the devil, he'll pass it over now to Healy. Back to Rogers. Rogers over to Walker. Walker down low to Meshenik. Hits Rogers back. He's going to let one fly from deep and nails it. Oh, man.
Right off of the bench, giving them some energy here with 7:20 left, and Oswego State letting up a three-pointer right there. Got to get out there on the zone.
He took that shot from back in Fennell Hall on campus. That's how deep he was.
He took the Central bus all the way over to the three-point line.
Oh, man, that was a deep shot there from Aiden Rogers as it's Devin Green now looking to come back with the Lakers with a 13-point lead. Nice move there. Just can't get it to fall. Nice idea from Hunter Cole. As Rogers now will hit Walker in the corner. He gets open, and he will take it. Oh, no, it must have gotten tipped or stayed on the fingers or something. Looked good from up here. Just unfortunately didn't hit anything for the Statesmen. And the Lakers going to look to recover. It's Sparks now making things a little bit slower for the Lakers. He comes off the screen. Nice move off the dribble, and the foul will be called.
You know, Jacob, I was talking to Jeremiah Sparks for an interview earlier this season, and for him being a star player on this team, he only has one goal. He just wants to be the best version, the best player that he can be for this team, and so far that's what we're seeing. I mean, this Oswego State Laker team, they're spreading the ball around. They're having a good defensive affair with their, he's going to get that first one to go right there, but looking at this Laker team, they look fast, they look athletic, and honestly, when you look at Jason Leone and the scheme that he wants to push for this program, are you seeing the hands defense? Are you seeing that these guys are defensively sound, getting up to the ball besides that last three-pointer?
Yeah.
And playing a solid defensive game?
No, I got to agree with you there. Jeremiah Sparks, he's got the experience here.
2 for 2. 2
for 2 on the line. That is huge, something that we saw prove a bit of an issue yesterday for the Lakers, only 5 for 15 from the free throw line. And now Hobart's going to come back down by 15 with 6:27 remaining. Pass goes in now to Meshnik. He's got just about every yellow jersey on him, and he still finds a way to score. That's what Jackson Meshnik does best, is scoring with his front to the rim.
Totally babied him right there.
Oh,
Dominant
man.
move in the paint.
Able to just use that footwork, use that pivot foot to the advantage. Turns around, nice lay-in there for Meshnik. As now the Lakers are going to look to come back and come away here and extend that 13-point lead as it's Anderson. He'll pass it back up to the logo towards Sparks. Nice screen set there for Ferdulo. Sparks going to let one fly just off the front of the rim. Rebounded there by Pat Healy. Passes it over to Rogers off the head fake. Looks to potentially shoot off the dribble. Back to Healy. Over to Rogers now. Nice move there. Healy's going to let one fly just off the front of the rim. Rolls out. Rebounded by Sparks. Hand on him. Looking for a foul potentially for Leisure. And a pass goes wide. Anderson can't contain it. But some nice showmanship there as the two of them shake hands, saying Anderson, it's all right, we'll pick it up after the next one.
Yeah, Anderson mishandling that one right there. You got to take advantage of those opportunities right there. They had a good transition with Hobart coming back the other way.
We will see the big man Luke Van Slyke enter the game for the Lakers. He will be manning that middle, manning that paint like nobody else could do.
Man in the middle, big role on the team.
Absolutely, and now the pass goes over to Hunter Meshnik, over to Leisure. Nice tip there by Cook. Once again, just getting his hand in the way of a pass. It'll go out of bounds. Nice move, but now Hobart will have to start things up. 10 seconds, they'll be at half court.
Yeah, Caleb Cook, you know, he's been a little cold lately considering the start to his game. He's got to see if he can get some more shots, but Oswego State playing the pace game right now.
Passes it down low to the corner. Nice move there by Hunter Meshnik. He will score his first points of the game.
One of the Meshnik brothers right there coming in clutch,
yeah,
trying to get this team back in it.
Pass it to Van Slyke. Now we'll back up to Akil at the top. Anderson. He'll pass it to Van Slyke. Thought about the drive. Back over to Anderson. Nice screen from Van Slyke. Bit slow to the switch, but Hobart will recover. Goes to lay it in. Looking for a foul. Nothing will go there the way of Jamal Akil.
Akil almost with a circus move right there.
Almost. And now a nice move by Healy on the up and under. Almost got a wide open lane to the rim there.
Speaking of the circus, look at that windmill
Oh,
Ferris
man.
wheel conjunction he has right there.
That's what you want to see. A beautiful move there by Pat Healy. As the screen from Van Slyke over to the corner now, it's Akil. Passes it back to Sparks. Sparks on the drive. Van Slyke now. Nice pass there over to Akil. They'll get a hand on it, and we are going to get a jump ball, it appears.
I see the Hobart Statesmen waking up a little bit right here. They have a consistent move around the paint on the offensive side. They're huddling up right now, and this team looks like they woke up a little bit. You know, only with a 9-point lead for Oswego. They're winning this game by 16 at a certain point.
Right. Well, 4:03 is what we have remaining here. The Lakers, now they seem to find themselves without anything getting to fall, and a pass goes wide. Saved, and we'll get a backcourt violation on the errant pass there, as it was just by his toe. Maybe if he cut his toenails before the game, he might not have gotten that over the back call.
Well, he should have went to a Nike store and got a couple shoe sizes down, because I mean, come on, it was just that close to the line.
Unfortunate break there for the Lakers as we just passed the 4-minute mark. 25-16 is your score. As it's Meshnik hits Rogers. Leisure now. Off the dribble move. He'll go down low to Hunter Meshnik. Nice on the turnaround, just off the front of the rim and out. Van Slyke grabs the rebound. And now Cook will run things for the Lakers. Off the screen there for Van Slyke. Cook, nice move, passes it over to Anderson. Anderson on the jab step. He'll step back and knock it down right in the face. 27-16 your score now. And now it's Aiden Rogers bringing things down for the Statesmen, looking to fire back off with a nice move there.
Big shot by Anderson right there, getting the Lakers some points here in the end with 3:12 left.
Healy comes right back and hits the mid-range right in the face of the Lakers, bringing that lead to just 9.
Coming right back, trading insults right here.
Trading blows like a boxing fight deep in the match. Both teams just trying to one-up each other. Cole's going to let one fly, or excuse me, that was Cook. Who else? Why would I think it was anybody but Caleb Cook?
Caleb cooking.
Just let one fly from deep there. Down towards the middle of the Jackson Meshnik. Off the move, and it'll be a foul, a blocking foul on Jeremiah Sparks.
First foul of the game right there for Sparks. Lakers playing a disciplined brand of defensive basketball right there, but a couple fouls here in the later end of this first half.
Yeah, as it'll be a pass in here. A little bit of confusion on whether or not they were in the bonus there, but the pass into Meshinik. 2:35 remaining. Nice job to get in there, and we'll get another jump ball. Nice job by Akey Anderson to get his hand in there and try to take what was his.
Yeah, right there, and a good defensive play by the Lakers. Talk about Caleb Cook. This was a player that was a 2019-2020 season right before COVID-19. Already off to a good start this season.
Yeah. Nice job on the block right there by, I believe that was Fadulo. And we will get a foul call.
Lakers bench getting hyped.
They are.
Team on the defensive end.
Why wouldn't they be hyped? They're up by 12 here, 2:26 remaining.
Try to steal 2 wins in this Max Ziel
Oh,
tournament.
yeah. A little home court advantage as well. Got the Laker faithful packing in the Max Ziel. Nice move there by Cook. He'll pass it back to Akil, who lets one fly off the front of the rim and out. Rebounded by the Statesman. That was Meshinik right there on the rebound. He'll pass it over to Aiden Rodgers. Rodgers on the jab step, shakes Akil, but Cook stays on him. Nice job on the intercepted steal right there by Sparks. Passes it up to Cook. He's going to drive, and there'll be another foul on the play. Or it looked like maybe a jump ball on that play.
See how high Sparks got up to steal that ball? I mean, he's flying, and then he gets that transition going to the other side. Lakers, the reason they have this 12-point lead is their defensive basketball playing.
Oh, yeah.
In the passing lanes, making good decisions. I mean, it's been impressive to watch so far, especially against a Hobart team that's very successful just 2 seasons ago.
The Lakers are just being a pest on the Hobart defense, or on their offense right now, just not letting any clean passes in. Seem like they're getting a hand and everything. And now the mid-range jump shot will go up the front of the rim and in for Caleb Cook. Who else but Cook?
Take those mid-range shots every day.
Oh, my God. That's what you want to see as the pass goes over now towards Lynch. Back to Rodgers. And that will be the third Meshinik brother, Carter Meshinik, who's now in the game. As he will now get the ball. Using that pivot foot, he'll pass it over to Leisure. And it will go out of bounds, staying with the Statesman. Apparently, one of the Lakers got their hands on the ball. Minute 29 remaining, 32-18 is your score from Max Ziel.
A lot of communication on the defensive zone here for the Lakers.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep the communication high, and now it's Meshinik with 3 seconds remaining. Leisure's going to let one fly off the front of the rim, rebounded by Sparks. Minute 20 remaining, so the Lakers potentially could get a two possession scoring here. They might be able to go quick here. Oh, bullet pass down low to Akil. Akil comes away with his own rebound. Back out to Sparks, lets one fly and in. Jeremiah Sparks from deep, extending that lead for the Lakers, 35-18, 57 seconds remaining. Passes it over to Aiden Rodgers. Rodgers down to Meshinik. Over to Leisure, Lynch thought about it. Passes down low to Leisure. Into Meshinik. Once again, that time it was Jackson Meshinik with the play down low. 40 seconds remaining, 15-point Laker lead. As they're going to try to take things slow, potentially take away that opportunity, or any opportunity to set things up for the Statesman.
Sparks 1 for 1 from the 3-point line, getting that one to go. You put one up, you get one back.
Absolutely. As they're going to look to kill some time off the clock. 13 seconds remaining on the shot clock, 21 in the game.
They got them right where they want them.
They really do, as the pass goes over to Akil. Over to Anderson now. Nice job on the fadeaway, just off the back of the rim. Fadulo is in there for the rebound. Can't get it, 10 seconds remain. Statesman going to have to be quick. Over to Rodgers now. Rodgers thought about the pass. He'll go down low to Meshinik. And a block there! Oh, what a block by Louis Fadulo. Sends it back, almost hit the full corner there, Jack. But Louis Fadulo says, not in my house. Sends one back for the Lakers late on.
What a spectacular block right there by Louis Fadulo. It's really, that is this first half in a nutshell right there. Just sending Hobart Statesmen to the locker room, literally swatting them to the locker room right there, Jacob. And the story has been just an electric defensive game from Oswego State.
Well, I want to get your thoughts here. For Stephon Thompson, team's down by 15. They just couldn't seem to get anything to go their way. What is he telling his guys in the locker room right now?
Well, he's telling his guys that they got to find a way to push this Oswego State defensive zone. They need to find their shots in spots that they haven't done yet. They need to figure out a way to just shake this defense. And for the Oswego State side of things, they just got to keep moving the ball, keep using their freaky athleticism to score.
Well, it has been one fast start here for Max Ziel. This is the championship game. Lakers currently lead after one half, 35-20. Stay tuned right here for more coverage in a little bit. Welcome back inside Max Ziel Gymnasium as we get set for the second half of this intense matchup of the finals of the Max Ziel tournament between the Hobart Statesmen and the Oswego State Lakers. Currently it's a 15-point lead for the Lakers as we head now into the second half. I gotta ask you, I'm Jacob Bradley, by the way, joined with Jack Purduck. Almost forgot about that, partner, but I gotta ask you, Jack, I look at the stat sheet right here. I see Caleb Cook, Jeremiah Sparks, 13 for Cook, 11 for Sparks. How big has that been for the Lakers and able to grow their lead here?
It's huge. They knew what they were getting today, having their stars contribute a lot right here. Caleb Cook showing that he can be that second or third option that we alluded to in that first half, and it's been a game of turnovers right now. Oswego State leading the turnover battle, out-rebounding them 22-14, 4 steals to 1 in favor of Oswego, so defensively they've just been sound. It
really is just been almost just a completely new look Lakers with all these. They're getting hands in the way. It's maybe the stat sheet's got what they've gotten done, but so much more has happened in this game. They've been able to just tip balls. They've knocked balls out of bounds. They've been in the way. They've drawn fouls. They've just done so many things exceptionally well as we are 43 seconds away. But I want to go back now to Caleb Cook and Jeremiah Sparks. Take a look at this. Field goals made. 5 for 7 and 4 for 6. If that isn't efficiency, I don't know what is.
That's efficient right there. They're shooting from all areas of the floor, getting a lot of consistency out of these guys. You know, with the 35-20 lead, I'm thinking these guys are going to have to keep that consistency going. You can't be complacent going into the second half, all right? There's adjustments that are made from both coaches going into the second half, and you really need to keep the momentum going and keep your composure as we move on.
Yeah, as we get set here, just about underway from the second half here in the Max Ziel tournament. It has been just an awesome weekend here. Basketball's back, and it feels so good.
We got a lot going on here at Oswego State. You know, WTOP 10, we got our hockey games yesterday, hockey games today, women's games, teal night yesterday. You got your start of the tournament yesterday for both these teams. The other two teams, Polytechnic and Elmira, playing the consolation game just before that. And here with Oswego State and Hobart, you know, just battling it out.
Yeah.
Top 2 teams in this tournament. It's a big testing period. There's a lot of things that are going to be needed to figure out.
Well, this right here is what it's all about. 20 minutes left in this game. Oh, I'm excited. I can't wait any longer as it'll be the starting 5 back out there for the Lakers once again. That starting 5 of Akil, Anderson, Cook, Sparks, and Brown. As for Hobart, they'll keep the same 5 out there as well.
Be interesting to see if they can get off to a fast start for Oswego State just like they did in the first.
Yeah, we're going to have to see that as one thing we didn't mention. Hobart's, they got out of the way early, hit that early 3 into the game. They haven't had a lead since, so they're going to need to come back out here, make things happen as it's Mechanik who drives to the rim. Nice floater, lays it in. Breaking that scoreboard here in the second half. A nice start there by Jackson Mechanik on the turnaround. Lay in, the Lakers are going to come right back, however, as it's Akil Anderson. He'll pass it over to Jamal Akil, who hits Jordan Brown. Comes around now to Anderson. Passes it over to Cook. Cook gets around the defender. He's going to go all the way, and he's going to lay it in. Right there, right off the bat, it's Caleb Cook. He likes those first 5 minutes of the game, doesn't he?
Oh, he absolutely lives for it. 8 points in that first 5, and now 2 to start the second half.
Well, that's what you want to see if you're the Lakers, continuing up that efficiency with a nice lay-in. As the pass goes now to, over by the free throw line to Overby, who does the nice behind the back. Almost laid it in there, but a rebound by Brown as it's Sparks who brings it down. Bit of a fast pace here for the Lakers. Back out to Cook. He'll get things reset for the Lakers. Brown's going to be moving, getting that extension out. Nice dribble move by Cook off the floater, off the front of the rim and out. Rebound by Overby. Taken now by Rogers. 37-22 is your score. The Lakers currently with the lead. Passes it over to Rogers, who shakes off Sparks. Back up to the top. Over now to Walker. Walker down low to Overby. Passes it over to Leisure. Nice move there. Nice steal right in the way by Sparks. Here we go. Nice slam there. Not as intense the first one, but still right back in there with another dunk.
This is a big game. You got to be secure with the 2-hand jam right there to keep it consistent.
Hey, that's what you want to see. Sometimes it isn't. There's no bonus points. You get 2 no matter what. So nice job there getting the ball in from Jeremiah Sparks.
Would I have loved to see a windmill there?
Oh,
yes.
That would have been nice. But hey, it's still pretty close as the Lakers come away with another steal here. Up by 15. Sparks thought about it. Passes it over to Brown instead. He fumbles with it a bit, but recovers nicely on the step back. Cook back up to the top with Sparks, and the Lakers will reset.
17:45 to go here in this second half.
Sparks up to Akil. Akil shakes off the defender, going to try to drive, lays it in with the right hand. Nice move, going up and under the defender's arm, able to lay it in.
Akili, the big guy for the Lakers, getting that one to go down. Nice move to the basket. As we're going to get a timeout right here from the Hobart Statesman. A quick one, just like they had in the first half right there. And Lakers off to another really fast start here, Jacob. And I'm looking to see if they can continue this throughout the whole thing. Because as we saw, Hobart made an adjustment in that first half. They got their zone a little bit more strict, and they were able to, put a little bit of a speed bump to this Lakers team and their explosive attack to that one. Now going into the second half, I'm curious to see whether or not they're able to just slow them down.
Yeah, I mean, it was a blink and a miss it, and you'll miss it start. 2.5 minutes into this game, the Lakers grew their lead from 15 to 19, 41-22 is your score here. As both teams, they're taking their time here, writing things over. Maybe that was a nice move by Stephon Thompson, not letting it get too bad before he gets the guys back in to kind of have them take a deep breath.
Absolutely, and taking their time indeed, just like that 1927 team did in that 25-13 barn burner of a score. We're talking about nearly 100 years in the past here, but this matchup goes way back in the history books. And looking at 2021, Hobart Statesman, they were a big-time Division III competitor in that 2019-20 season. But this Oswego State team playing in the SUNYAC, they're giving them a really good look right now. I thought that this would be a learning experience for the Oswego State Lakers.
I did too.
But here, they got Hobart by, right now, 19 points.
Yeah.
Biggest lead of the game so far. They came out hot. You have Caleb Cook absolutely burning you.
Yeah.
So it's great.
It's looking really, really strong here for the Lakers. I got to agree with you. I might have underestimated this Lakers team heading in, thinking that this would be a little bit of a closer overall game. But the Lakers, they've grown their lead to 19 as we pick things right back up here, 7:25 remaining. Off the dribble. It'll be over to Overby. He'll halo pass it all the way to the other side. Meshinick thought about it on the pump fake. He'll drive. A little bit of contact. Comes away with it. Might have gotten a hand on it to Jordan Brown. It'll stay with the Statesman as it goes off out of bounds.
And with Jackson Meshinick, it's always good to have that two-way threat where he's trying to get the three-pointer but also jabbing in and going in for the layup.
Yeah, he really does. He knows how to work it up top and down low. He truly is. Just this, almost like the glue that keeps the machine together for Hobart. He really has been proven to be something of the past. He might have even had a little bit of hand in recruiting the two younger brothers here as well.
I think he definitely had a hand in that. It's like playing basketball with your two brothers in the front yard or whatever you got to do to play with your brothers.
Yeah, you can't have any better chemistry than having your own two brothers on the same team with you.
Nonetheless, in the same college.
Right. I don't think we've seen all three of them on the court at the same time. I might be wrong, but hopefully we'll get to see that as Leisure pops one from deep. Offensive rebound there by Walker. Back out to Rogers. Gets the hand in his Sparks again. 2-on-1 on the break. Pulls up from mid-range, just a Key Anderson who knocks it down. Once again, Jeremiah Sparks just getting the hand in there, coming away with a steal.
Anderson unlocking his inner Kevin Durant with the smooth mid-range jumper right there.
Nice move there by Key Anderson as it's Aiden Rogers. Sets it up over to Meshinick, over to Leisure now. Oswego staying in the zone. Down low to Overby, and a foul will be called on Brown. That will be, correct me if I'm wrong, partner, that's at least the third or fourth foul from Jordan Brown.
Yep, that's his third foul right there. And looking at this Laker team, a couple fouls in the beginning right there, but they played a clean game overall. They have good hands defense, contesting shots. And, right now, Coach Jason Leone talking to their big guy right now, trying to get him involved.
And right off the bat, a quick Oswego foul and an and one. The first and one of the game for Hobart, as it was Jack Leisure, I believe, who was, oh no, I'm sorry. It was actually Patrick Walker who was able to draw the foul there and lay it in. He will step to the line for the first free throws of the second half.
Lakers winning the free throw battle in that first half as well.
And he's able to complete the three-point play, knocking down the free throw, cutting that lead in. 43-25 is your score. We're just about 3.5 minutes into this game, and now Sparks going to start facing the pressure. As Anderson.
Hobart, sorry to cut you off, Hobart going in that half-court press right there, trying to put some pressure on.
A little bit of a desperation time now. Oh, and a nice setback there by Jack Leisure, as he had it in him there on that block, man.
Answering Luis Fadulo's block at the end of the first half, bringing that on into the second one, get him right back.
Oh, that's what it's all about. I'll get you back. Kind of a little bit of a karma type situation there. Jack Leisure swats one away.
Very mental in the game of basketball, things like that, they get you going as a player.
They certainly do. They get me going as a commentator, let alone as a player, as there's the shot off the front of the rim. That was off of Caleb Cook, a rare miss from deep for Cook. As Corrales Marco will find Walker now, who stumbles a bit. Oswego looking for a travel, no call. Meshenik comes away with it on the pass. Corrales Marco once again. Over to Leisure, down in the middle, almost wide open was Meshenik. Loses the dribble for a second, recovers nicely. Straight back in there looking for the offensive rebound, but he won't be able to get it. And it'll go out of bounds, going to the Lakers.
What a smart play there by Cook. You know, he knew he was going to be out of bounds, but he throws it off the leg, a common thing people do just to try to get the ball back.
That was a move that might have been used in that 1927 game, a nice little pass off the leg to kick off. That's what we like to call old-fashioned basketball, right?
I can't believe this history goes back that far. I mean, 1927 is ridiculous. But here, you know, Hobart giving the Lakers a new look. You know, a little bit of a half-court press right here. Try to put the pressure on because they got to try some new things. You know, down a significant amount in this game, 18 points. Yeah. But here with 15-44 and a 43-25 game, you got to imagine that Hobart is desperate, as you said.
Yeah, 18 points is what separates these two teams. As Anderson able to dribble out of traffic. Sparks, and a nice block once again by Leisure, gets the hand in. Over to Cook, Cook to Anderson. Leisure right back in there, stopping traffic. Sparks gonna have to reset it. Excellent bit of defense for the Statesmen. Sparks goes down to a knee. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Cook from deep off the back of the rim. Looking for the offensive rebound. Meshenik takes it right back, and a little bit of a new life for the Statesmen there on that play. An excellent defensive bit of play for Hobart.
High defensive intensity right there, and really giving this Laker team a look they haven't seen so far.
Now down low, Overby. Nice job on the lay-in there. And now it's getting a bit closer. Overby's first 2 points of the game. 27-43 is your score now as the Lakers bring it over half court. Over to Anderson. They're just going to try to take some time off the clock, reset, take a deep breath, and get things going. As Sparks hits a keel, Fadulo fakes the screen over to Cook. Nice job on the jab step, and the lay-in and one!
Caleb Cook with an outstanding move right there, getting into 17 points. Looks like we got a little bit of a wrestling match here. You know, we're in the Max Ziel Gymnasium. We're trying to play basketball here. Besides the point, Jacob, what a move right there by Caleb Cook. And Oswego State really just trying to match this intensity Hobart's bringing back into this game right now.
Yeah, and they came right back. That is a big, big and one right there, as it'll be Caleb Cook taking things from the line. A big game for Caleb Cook, really just showing his worth on this team here.
Oh, yeah, he's got a lot of different ways he can score. He can do it from the arc. He can do it from the mid-range. And as we can see right here, he can do it from the free throw line.
Absolutely. I like that you called your shot there in a way. A bit of confidence in Caleb Cook, as we will see a substitution now, as it'll be Hunter Meshenik entering the game for the Statesmen, and it'll be Julian Crittenden entering the game for the Lakers.
And Jacob, you got to imagine at halftime for Hobart, the message was we got to put the pressure on. We got to try to get this press going and see if we can create some turnovers to get back in this game.
It had to have been. If I'm Jason Leone, I say, hey, let's put the pressure right back. If they're going to do it, we're going to do it too, as now the ball will get moved around the top. As it's Corrales Marco taken right back by Crittenden. Look for the touchdown pass. Sparks is going to take it instead. Back out to Anderson. Anderson to Cook, thought about it. Over to Crittenden from deep, off the front of the rim and out.
Good ball movement right there.
It really was. Looking for that open pass, as now it's Hobart taking things down. Thought about the inside. Over to Corrales Marco, back to Meshenik instead. From the mid-range, knocks it down. And hey, I think we're seeing all three Mesheniks out there right now.
And we got the three-brother tandem out there. And Oswego State switching to a 3-2 zone. That's why that shot was available from the mid-range.
Yeah, trying to mix things up a bit as the pass goes into Fadulo, into the lane. Nice job on the turnaround. Just a bit long on the fadeaway, almost a skyhook there. As it's Meshenik to Meshenik, and a foul down low on Louis Fadulo.
Yeah, right there. Looking at the other end with that play with Fadulo, he could have shot a way better. They could have had way better shot selection right there. You know, going into that hook. It's good to get into the paint, but I mean, the way Oswego State's been moving the ball around, you got to imagine they would have found someone on the arc. Especially
with a veteran like Jackson Meshenik on you, Garden. He's very good on defense. We've talked about his offensive game. I feel like his defensive game has gone a bit unsung today. As Leisure from the corner,
air ball,
doesn't hit anything there, and the Lakers right back in transition. Nice job on the fake from Julian Crittenden. He thought about going one way. Instead, he went the other with the lay-in. And it is now 48-29 with 13:10 remaining here in the second half.
Almost faked me out on that one. Made me do a little dance.
There on the head fake right back as it's Jackson Meshenik laying one in. He got Jeremiah Sparks to bite, but just a nice job with the left, floating it right in, cutting that lead down once again.
Great play by their star player.
As Sparks will pass it up to Anderson. Once again, just trying to take things slow, not really rushing here with that big lead. As Crittenden, he'll go back to Sparks. Shot clock at 9. Coming around on the mid-range, Anderson can't get it to go. Rebounded by Meshenik. And Corrales Marco stolen right back by who else but Jeremiah Sparks. And now Crittenden over to the corner to Cook. Cook on the drive on the floater, just hits the front of the rim and out. And we will see a foul in the play. Looks like an over and back.
Yep, over the back right there, Jacob. And Caleb Cook trying to get over 20 points here. He's got 18. He's hitting that mark. Would be a high score for him in this season so far. But Oswego State pushing the pace, keeping the intensity up, getting out there on defense. You know, this is an Oswego State team that prided themselves on that in that 2019-20 season. You know, it's a team that's hungry to get back out here. You know, they lost to Brockport in the playoffs that season, and now a new blood, new energy, and we'll see how it plays out.
As it's Pat Healy, the new entrant into the game. He'll pass it over to Ryan Lucy. Back, nice job on the tip. Gets away with it. Bit of a scrum for the ball to go out of bounds, and it's going towards the Lakers.
We call that cookies, you know, steal them from the cookie jar. You got to get out there and get some steals.
It bounced around a bit, but somehow the Lakers are going to come away with it. You could see a bit of frustration right there from Stephon Thompson. You got to wonder if that's almost the straw that broke the camel's back right there.
Yeah, definitely, and a good reference right there. And you got to imagine that he thinks that this team is not even playing close to what their potential is.
I can't imagine they are. Of course, like you said, coming off of a big season like that with a lot of returners, and a foul will be on the floor here. It'll go against Pat Healy on the block. With 11:46 remaining, 48-31 is your score. Pat Healy's first foul of the game. As they will take it in by the bench.
And Hobart going in this man-to-man defense from what it seems. Yep.
Yeah, much like Jason Leone is mixing things up here in the second half. Same thing for Stephon Thompson. He's mixing things up for the Statesman as well. On the drive, knocks down Hunter Meshenik, and it'll be recovered by Hobart. As there is Meshenik, he'll go back to Healy. Healy over to Ryan Lucy. Lucy loses it. It'll go out of bounds, but it'll stay on the side of Hobart.
You know, Hobart looking to at least put a little bit of a dent into this lead if they have any hope of coming back in the last 10 minutes of this game, trying to find some good shots.
17 points is what separates these two teams. Still a lot of basketball to play, though. 11:19 remaining as the pass goes down low to Jackson Meshenik. He'll turn it over to Anderson. Once again, the 2-on-1. Crittenden again with the lay-in. He didn't even need a fake that time. He just lays it in anyways.
No fake right there. You know, the give and go proving beneficial there for the Oswego State Lakers, as we're going to get a timeout from Hobart. A much-needed timeout with a 19-point deficit right now in this game.
Well, Jack, I know we've mentioned this a few times, but this is a rivalry that dates all the way back to 1927. I just want to put that into perspective for the people at home. How long ago that is. Can you tell us a little bit about 1927 and how much things have changed since then?
I mean, you have Coolidge as your president. You got people driving Model Ts, you know. I mean, I'm sure the hit song was something with the gramophone. You know, it's just a crazy time. You know, this is an out-of-conference matchup right here. It dates back very far. I mean, it's just a very interesting stat. We've been talking about it, but, you know, looking in 2021, this Oswego State Laker team, I'm really impressed so far.
Yeah.
I mean, Hobart is a really good team coming into this one, especially from last season, how they played in the tournament yesterday against SUNY Polytechnic. But, I mean, there's a reason that Oswego State is in this championship in the tournament.
Yeah, if you're Jason Leone.
Part of the Max Ziel tournament.
Absolutely. If you're Jason Leone right now, you've got to be wondering exactly how deep can this team go, as the foul will be called on the mid-range jump shot. Pat Healy will go to the line. A bit of a rare mistake from the Lakers there, fouling a guy in the mid-range.
Yeah, right there, a mistake, you know, fouling in the mid-range at that point. And Hobart getting another chance from the free throw line. Looking at the statistics for free throws, they are 100% for the field so far with 1 for 1. Make that 1 for 2, so 50%. But Hobart, getting to the line, they got to make some damage right now. It's make or break time. If they have any chance of getting back in this game, it's going to start at the free throw line.
Well, it's called free throws for a reason. They're meant to be knocked down, as Pat Healy does exactly that, knocks them down, cutting that lead to 18, 50-32. Just under 11 minutes remain here in the second half. As it'll be Devin Green bringing things up for the Lakers. He'll pass it over to Anderson, who's played a lot in this game, Akeem Anderson.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of minutes here. This is a good time for Jason Leone to test out what he can do so he can figure out his starting lineup going into the rest of the season.
Yeah, and you wouldn't even be able to tell from Akeem Anderson that he's been playing almost the whole entire game. He looks like a fresh man out there, as Brown will let one fly. 4 seconds remain on the shot clock. Over to Crittenden, can't get anything on it. It'll be rebounded by Hobart. Healy now picks up his dribble. He'll pass it out to Meshenik. Back to Healy. Over to Lucy now. Down low to Jackson Meshenik. Into the corner to Healy. And he nails it. There's that corner three that we were talking about earlier. Nice job from Ryan Lucy, letting one fly, knocking it down, nothing but net, cutting that lead to 15.
A corner, a good spot in the zone to get a three-point shot, especially in the way Oswego State's playing it.
That's what you want to see if you are a fan of the Statesmen. A three-point shot from Devin Green goes off the front of the rim and out. And now Hobart looking to potentially crack into that lead as they're moving things a bit quicker. Here comes Healy, trying to get around the defender. He'll go down low to Meshenik. Meshenik on the nice pass, and the foul will be called. That will send his younger brother, Hunter Meshenik, to the line.
Patted him on the chest right there. You're not going to get away with that one. Big touching foul right there and proving beneficial for Hobart.
Yeah, now he's going to make him earn those 2 points as opposed to the nice pass for Meshenik. Getting it down low. Went for the lay-in. Just couldn't get it.
Let me just say that Hobart's cutting into this game with the rebounds as well. They cut it back to only 2 rebound differential, so they're doing a good job of getting back on the boards.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see, is Hunter Meshenik punches home that first one from the free throw line. Some big group substitutions coming in for both sides. For the Lakers, it'll be Caleb Cook and Jeremiah Sparks entering back into the game.
Their closer coming back in to see if he can put this one away.
That's what you want to see. It's like having Aroldis Chapman in the bullpen, bringing Jeremiah Sparks back into the game here. As Meshenik lines things up for his second free throw, and he nails them both from the line, making it a 50-37 game with 9:36 remaining. Cutting that lead, it's starting to get a little bit slimmer and a little bit slimmer as the seconds tick away. Only 13 now as it's Cook, passes to Akil in the corner, and we will see another foul. The referee's starting to use those whistles here in the second half.
Yeah, they're calling some fouls because you're not going to be able to get away with just, going up to him, patting him on the shot right there. In a 50-37 game right here, you got to imagine that Leone just wants them to keep pushing the pressure right now and definitely take advantage of the charity stripe.
I got to assume that that's exactly what he said. As for Stefan Thompson, maybe he was saying something along the line is, hey, make these guys earn their points. Let's not be giving away any free layups. Make them earn it.
No freebies on that one. You got to stay disciplined as a team, and you got to continue to execute when it comes to the free throw line and staying efficient offensively.
Well, whatever Stefan Thompson was telling his team in the half, it's certainly been executed, especially in the last few minutes as they're able to cut their lead down as it's Akil knocking down one of two there. 51-37 as we will take a timeout. Jason Leone taking his first timeout of the game.
Jason Leone getting the timeout right here. And it's going to be, the conversation right here is how can you take this little spurt of energy from Hobart, put it in a bag, and throw it out of the gym? Oswego State getting out in transition is going to be a big part of that. You saw Sparks came back in. That's going to be big going down the stretch.
It certainly is. Now he's going to be sitting down with his guys, running over some plays, saying, hey, look, even though it's 14 points, let's treat it like it's a 1-point lead. We want to keep growing it. We want to extend. We want to get breathing room so that the last 5 minutes or so in the game, they can kind of take the foot off the throttle a bit, foot off the pedal, and just kind of relax and just almost get their reps in.
Absolutely. In the game of basketball, they can get on a comeback very fast, in the sport itself. And looking at Oswego State, one of their biggest things this game has been defense and the zone that they play and the steals that they've gotten, the rebounding on the defensive boards. They need to continue that. And also, why not try to get this fan base involved right here in this gymnasium, try to get it loud and get the momentum going back your way.
Well, it certainly is a very deep crowd here today. From the Mac Ziel on this Saturday afternoon. Yeah, go ahead and count them all out one by one.
About 78.
See what the final tally is as we get set to pick things back up. 9:27 remaining here in this second half. 51 for the Lakers, 37 for the Statesmen as they will take things down now on the far side of the court, as it'll be Meshnik to Healy to start things off.
Hobart the other way.
Meshnik now will pass it to Meshnik. Oh, man, I'm getting my words jumbled as Healy comes off the screen. From the mid-range, knocks it down. Cutting that lead once again, now to 12. Bit of some panic time now for Jason Leone.
Pat Healy with a good mid-range shot right there. Sparks almost just went over the line.
Almost did there. As they continue to apply the pressure, Sparks down low to Akil. On the high, hits high off the glass, almost off of the shot clock. Still falls in for the Lakers, but right back at it now are the Statesmen, as it's Pat Healy bringing things up. He's directed Ryan Lucy to the other side. He'll pass it over to Meshnik once again. Over to Healy into the corner for Ryan Lucy. Back over to Pat Healy. Healy to Meshnik. Jackson Meshnik from deep, off the front of the rim and out. Rebound by Hunter, and it's set back by Sparks. Oh, he read that like a book right there, didn't he?
What a block there by Sparks, showing his freak athleticism.
That was absolutely nasty. That swat back says, you're not getting any second chance points on us. As it's Akil up top to Brown, over to Sparks. Sparks going to go down low to Akil. Read nicely by Meshnik. Just unfortunately gets tapped away. And Hobart's bringing things right back. Passes it over now. Down to Jackson Meshnik, who lays it in. And that lead's getting slimmer and slimmer. 53-41 now with less than 8 minutes remaining.
Hobart showing some life right here, only down 12 points in this game, so see if they can make a comeback.
That's exactly what you want to see if you're Stephon Thompson of the Hobart Statesmen. As Jamal Akil will pass it up to Jordan Brown, who kicks it over to Jeremiah Sparks. As the crowd's starting to wake up a bit here at Max Ziel. Up top to Caleb Cook. Off the screen from Jordan Brown. From deep for three. Oh, and he nails it. Are you kidding me?
And he was looking at us down there, giving us a shout out. What a shot right there by Cook.
Oh, my word. He had about a hand in his face, everybody up in his personal bubble, and he's still able to knock it down. Caleb Cook, oh, my goodness.
And that's the play they need to get this crowd back in the game.
Right back at it's Ryan Lucy. He might be looking for a foul there. No call. Won't hit anything on the shot. Rebounded by Cook. 7 minutes remaining. 56-41. That three from Caleb Cook. Oh man, that's a doozy if you were
electrifying.
Akil now back up top to Sparks. Off the screen over to Cook again. Off the back of the rim and can't go in. Oh, man, I was about to lose my mind if Caleb Cook knocked down another one.
Heat check opportunity right there for Cook.
Pass it over to Lucy. Lucy gets around the defender. Double team now, picked up by Hunter Meshnik. Up top to Pat Healy. Healy over to Carter Meshnik. Nice pass down to his older brother, and he thought about the dunk. Just lays it in instead. A nice Christmas present for the front of the rim from Jackson Meshnik. He extends his point total to 17, cutting that lead to 13. If it wasn't for Jackson Meshnik today, Jack, where would Hobart be?
First of all, forget giving regular Christmas gifts. How about give your brother an assist in the paint right there?
That's what you want.
So here, Oswego State, definitely looking to regroup. A good couple minutes here. We got 6:05 left here in the second half. 56 points for Oswego to Hobart's 43. And right here, just a couple electrifying plays that really got this crowd and this team back to what they looked like to start off this game.
Oh, they look like midseason form as Cook once again from three off the front of the rim and out. Nice. Oh, man, he almost tried to slam that back home. Did Jordan Brown. Just couldn't get it on the rebound. The Statesman going to bring things back down. Meshnik now with Cook in his face. Back to Healy, over now to Lynch in the corner, or not the corner, top of the key almost, as Crittenden saves it from rolling out of bounds. 5:40 remaining on the clock. Sparks going to take things over for the Lakers in that point guard role, going to slow things down here, looking to kill some time off the shot clock before they put up their shot, and a foul will be called on Hunter Meshnik on the reach-in.
We call that a point forward in basketball, with your forward taking the ball handling majority and just, putting the pace of this offense. So right here, Sparks being that leadership role, that point guard right there.
Well, you think about just as how the game of basketball itself has changed so much. how that point forward, I mean, it's almost negated the whole point guard situation. Why wouldn't you want your best scorer with the ball at all times?
You got to switch it up. Yep, have one of your best. I mean, look at what LeBron does with the Lakers. You know, a
Exactly.
little NBA reference, but yeah.
Exactly. We're seeing it all around, not just in Division III college basketball, but all around the world as Crittenden tries to drive it in. He gets around about 5 defenders. He was showing everybody the basketball, still lays it in.
A little bit of a Euro step right there.
Very nice there. As Healy goes down to Lucy. Lucy picks up the dribble, back outside to Leisure. Leisure now kicks it down low to Meshinik. Bit of an errant pass there, recovered nicely by Pat Healy. Back over to Andrew Lynch. On the mid-range floater off the front of the rim and out, rebounded by Cook. And they can't get one to fall. That makes it now a 15-point lead for the Lakers, 58-43, with 4.5 minutes remaining here in this second half.
The Lakers can look to find a kill shot here to put this Hobart team away.
They might be one more run away from potentially running away with this one as it's set back on the shot. Akil comes away with his own rebound. Pass goes back a bit. 7 seconds remaining. Sparks going to have to make something. He lets one fly from deep, and we will get a no call. It looks like a moving screen call there. That'll go on Jordan Brown, heading the other way, heading towards Hobart now.
Yeah, you got it. When you're sending a screen, you got to stay solid. You cannot be moving. That's a foul. That's going to go the other way 100% of the time. But right there, Lakers killed a good amount of the clock right there, keeping Hobart in check.
Yeah, Jordan Brown's going to have to be careful. 4 fouls now on the day. He's got to be careful, keep those feet set as it's Lucy now. Back up to Aiden Rogers, who's a new entrant back into the game. Down low to Meshinik. Rogers thought about it, passes it over now to Lynch, and he can't hit anything there. And it'll be taken by the Lakers. I believe that's what we call in this sport an air ball.
And Rogers right there might have got away with a little bit of a travel right there, send his feet off the ground, but I'm not a referee, I'm a commentator, but a good opportunity right there for Hobart.
Well, now we know if you were calling the game, this would be a completely different game.
Oh, it would be a different one.
As the pass goes over to Jamal Akil. Back up top to Sparks. Less than 4 minutes remaining. Still that 15-point lead for the Lakers. Hobart's going to have to get tight here on defense. Back up to Brown. Over to Akil now. Akil over to Sparks. He dribbles around. And that will be another offensive charge. Once again, they're taking their bumps and bruises, are the Statesmen.
Bumps and bruises for sure right there. You know, you got it once again, Hobart getting their 3rd charge of the game. That's $15 now, 5 charges pop. But right there, you know, with Hobart, that's the play they that they really need right here. We got 58-43 right here with Oswego State. Another timeout here by the Statesmen. So I imagine that right here they're going to try to at least go on some kind of run, maybe a miracle run. And 3:43 left in this one.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough task, certainly an Everest-esque task for Hobart. But hey, they're taking the full timeout. They're going to write things up. A lot can happen at 3:43. All we got to do is ask our good friend Tracy McGrady how many points we could score in that amount of time.
Oh yeah, he can. You know, he was able to let it out from 3. Crazy player. But looking at the Oswego State Lakers in particular, you know, they've let it fly a good amount tonight too. And I'm going to say let it fly with 6 for 20 from the field, and you know that amounts to 18 points. So right there, a good amount from the 3-point line.
Well, it's been that 3-point game. We've seen a few from Sparks, a few from some others, but it's been Caleb Cook. Who, I mean, that last 3. Oh my goodness, how in the world did he pull that one off?
I mean, that was a double contested 3 right side of the yellow. The men shoot from the yellow for the 3-point mark. Double contested shot.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of, remember back in the NCAA Division I tournament finals when it wasn't the Chris Jenkins buzzer beater. It was that Marcus Page shot before, that double clutch, getting around, letting it fly.
The shot from that game that's not talked about. Before the crazy shot. So right there, double contested. I mean, you got to have ice in your veins to make a shot like that.
He really was able to knock that one down as we pick things right back up. Still a 15-point lead. Hobart's going to move quickly here as it's Aiden Rogers running things off the screen from Leisure. Back to Lucy, over, back to Rogers. Back to Lucy once again, and they're playing a little bit of a hot potato there with the basketball as he's just going to let one rip from 3 there. Nice job on the elevation by Ryan Lucy. He's swarmed by yellow jerseys, but still lays one in there. No foul call on the offensive rebound, 58-45 now.
Lucy with a good job right there, getting the rebound and taking advantage. If you get that rebound, you deserve the chance to bring it back up.
Yes, he certainly did, and he was able to do that pretty nicely, almost as if Oswego almost let him have it. They had a lot of defenders around him. Nobody was really in his face there. As even though there's 3 minutes left, you still can't be making those types of mistakes. You can't be giving them points, extra points, when they're going to need more of them. as it'll be tipped away, stolen back. Nice job on the recovery by Caleb Cook. Jordan Brown from mid-range. He won't be able to hit anything, and there will be a shot clock violation with 2:49 remaining, 58 for Oswego, 45 for Hobart.
And you mentioned, you know, the no jump there for the foul. They got to stay out of foul trouble. You don't want to put Hobart in the bonus.
That is true. You don't want to make unnecessary fouls for no reason, as Leisure recovers off the pass, gets around some defenders, lays it in. 11 points now on the lead as Hobart's right back at it with the press, passes it over to Sparks. They're just looking to get it over half court. Cook back to Sparks. They get it over that half court mark, avoiding that 8-second turnover. As Sparks just going to start killing some time with 2:20 remaining. The clock's in their favor. Now it's almost as if Hobart's played against the clock, as it's Akil now. He'll kick it out to Cook. Thought about it on the jab step. Down low to Akil. He'll lay it in. That breaks that 60 mark for Oswego. 60-47, 13 points, 2 minutes remaining.
Cook's now with 21 points and an assist right there, an absolute dime to Akili.
He's the guy that has stepped up big time for Jason Leone's team. As the rebound's taken back by the Lakers. And now we'll see almost Hobart kind of take the foot off the pressure on that full court press. Akil back to Sparks, minute 37 remaining, still that 13-point Oswego lead. Sparks looking to get around Lucy. He'll get some help from Aiden Rogers. Over to Crittenden now. Crittenden uses that pivot foot over to Cook. Cook on the jab step, off the screen from Brown. 3 seconds remaining. Sparks lets one fly off the back of the rim and out.
Right there, another good opportunity. A steal right
there
there by Cooks.
Cook right back on it with the steal. That almost could have iced the game. A minute, 10 seconds remaining, 60-47 here. You got to wonder when Stephon Thompson's guys are going to start fouling. Goes down now to Jordan Brown, back up now to Akil. Over to Cook now, 56 seconds remaining here. Looking like a big win for the Lakers as there's your first foul committed by Ryan Lucy.
Yeah, they're in control right here with a 13-point lead with 53 seconds at this moment in time. And Oswego State doing a good job not rushing, you know, moving it around, getting the ball movement going, and not going right for the layup, because you give too many of those and they can come back with three-pointers, make this game a little bit closer. Yeah,
despite the lead, they really are going to need to play almost their tightest brand of basketball. Knowing the other team is going to be fouling, that could be something that could play on them mentally, knowing that there's going to be some contact coming. As a player goes sliding, and the foul will be made right there by Jack Leisure.
Yeah, Sparks just made,
and that'll put him in the bonus.
Sparks just made Ryan Lucy stumble a little bit because he's a sneaky, athletic dribbler. So which is what you need as a point forward.
Absolutely, as we will see now Jeremiah Sparks getting to the line. 60-47 is the score. He's looking to ice it here with 2. The first shot is up, and it's in, extending that lead now to 14. And I got to ask you, Jack, is that enough?
I think that'll be enough. We got 50 seconds right here. If he cashes this one in, it's a definite. It's a definite.
He does just that, as Jack Purdick right there with the call. So yell at him if this game becomes tied here soon, as Aiden Rogers thinks about the pass. Instead, he puts up the 3. And I thought there almost could have been a goaltending there on the play. The foul will be called instead, but it looked as if Jordan Brown might not have waited until that ball rolled off the rim.
Yeah, absolutely. And right here, I'm going to read off some stats here.
Go right ahead.
Field goals. 25 for 58. They've shot 58 times on Oswego State, so no wonder that they're having a good scoring output today. Not 87, 85 points like they had yesterday, but still, like, keeping it going. Good day so far today. Definitely going to be able to build off of this energy going into their out-of-conference game starting on Tuesday at Clarkson.
Yeah, that is certainly something to build off of, as we will see Carter Meshenik taking his second free throw from the line. Dribbles around a bit. It'll be knocked out of bounds, and it'll be staying with Hobart on that bit of miscommunication there by Oswego, as who was trying to get the rebound. Instead, it just winds up going out of bounds.
Yeah, just got to secure the rebound right here. Close out Hobart. They're going to try to do an inbound play right here, try to get somebody open for a three-pointer.
Yeah, might have time for a few possessions here. Do the Statesman turn around on the floater. Instead, it's rebounded by Brown. Crittenden now over to Cook. They might not want to foul Cook because he's great at the free throw line, but they will do it anyways with less than 30 seconds remaining, 29.1 to be exact. 62 for Oswego, 47 for Hobart. I think I'm agreeing with you now. This is looking pretty good for the Lakers.
It's a definite, it's a W today. Put that in the column. And right here, their two stars, Jeremiah Sparks, 15 points, Caleb Cook, 21 points, and then some spread out from their starting lineup with points. And you look at this free throw right here for Caleb Cook. It's another one to go. But I won't say it was a dominant performance by Oswego State today, but they definitely did a great job of setting the tone in the beginning of the game and in the second half.
I think it was dominant in the fact that they were able to come out and do this non-conference, and it sets the tone, like you said, for the rest of the season going on. It sets the tone for when they start playing games that really start to matter as it gets knocked out of bounds. Or, I'm sorry, a foul, it looks like, will be called on Julian Critton in there with 21 seconds remaining. But, yeah, this game could mean so much as we enter into the deeper parts of the season.
It's a huge confidence booster being a team like Hobart, and they know how successful they were in the past. They do their scouting. They watch their film. There's some guys, the brothers on that team that are solid players for this school. And going into Oswego State, you're right. They're going to be able to use that confidence, that momentum, and go into a SUNYAC game, playing a team like Plattsburgh or Geneseo. It's like, yeah, we beat Hobart at the beginning of the season. We can compete with some good teams. And, it's a good test at this point in the season.
Well, there's nothing better than coming into your own home court. You're hosting 3 different teams, and you're fighting out to see who's going to wind up winning it, and you were able to step onto that green and gold on your own home court and potentially walk away with that victory.
Absolutely, and I think it's going to be a definite. I think they're going to have 2 W's in this Max Ziel tournament. 21 seconds left to go. Let's see if Hobart can, make something cool happen.
I want to agree with you and use the word definite, but I'm a big supporter of don't count your chickens till they hatch. So we just got to see how this one ends out. It looks all but a tally mark for the Lakers as they're just going to dribble the clock out now. With 10 seconds remaining, 63 points for the Lakers, 48 for Hobart. I think I can agree with you now. I'm counting my chickens. This game is over. A big win for the Lakers as the clock strikes 0. 63 points for the Lakers. They wind up with this huge victory over Hobart. Final score 63-48.
What an absolute show that the Oswego State Lakers put on today. You had Sparks dunking, you had Caleb Cook flash the crowd looking for that three-point shot, and it was a great day so far, or a great day in this tournament for this Oswego State team, definitely showing that they're going to be able to compete with some teams this year.
Well, I want to ask you, Jack, before we get out of here, who was the man that stood out to you today? I think we might be on the same page for this, but who was the guy that you said, man, he came to play today?
I think we're going to be telepathic here. It was Caleb Cook. This guy was off to a great start. 8 points in that first 3 minutes of the game. They didn't even give Hobart a chance to even have a chance of winning in this game. They went out, that first shot with the three-pointer, and then Oswego State just took it the rest of the way. And then you had Sparks, being that guy on your team, Mr. Reliability. He was out there. He was scoring. The bench was hype. It was a good atmosphere and a good test this weekend for the Oswego State Lakers.
Well, the air is just a different type of consistency. It must have smelled different for the Lakers today because they came in this weekend feeling like it's basketball season again. And, Jack, you want to know why? Because it is. We're just getting way on the season. But, hey, for tonight, a huge win for the Lakers from Max Ziel. They wind up taking this tournament final 63-48. It's been my pleasure, Jack. As for myself, I'm Jacob Bradley. For Jack Purdick, for everybody in the back, and for everybody watching at home, thank you very much for tuning in, and please stay safe.